Hello there, peoples, and right now I am a little bit aggravated because, of course, right as I go and upload my analysis for Major Vonreg's tie, FFG goes and announces Wave 7. Whoop-de-frickin-do. Anyways, let's get over my pent-up rage and let's take a look at some stuff because this literally came out of nowhere. So, I mean, okay, I will admit I was expecting the droid gunship to show up, but I wasn't expecting these other two things. So let's go ahead and dive into this. So we'll start off with the First Order's Xi-class shuttle. Now, if you don't know what this thing is, the shuttle that Rose and Finn stole to get down to the surface of Crate in Episode 8, that was this shuttle. It took me a moment to figure that out, but hey, at least it showed up in a movie. So looks like the First Order equivalent of the TIE Reaper from what I understand. I was hoping that would be the TIE Echelon, but maybe that'll still come in at some point. But regardless, we're talking about the Xi-class shuttle. And from the looks of things, looks like 2 die primary in the forward arc, 2 agility, 5 hull, 2 shields with white focus and jam actions and red target lock and coordinate actions. Actually, looking at it, it's more like the equivalent of the resistance transport. So, take your pick. So, let's see. So we have a pilot skill 2 generic, looks like, and then 3, 4, and 5 uniques. And then some sort of pilot skill 0 remote here. I am honestly not too sure what that is. I can't get close up enough in it because I don't want to zoom in and mess up the video, but I might throw something up on screen if I can figure out what it is potentially. Okay, so then the PS3 pilot has a setup effect and an end of game effect. That's interesting. The 5 and the 4 I can't make out, and my mouse is acting up on me for a moment. I will do a little more digging into that, see if I can figure anything out. If I can't, there will be nothing on screen, but if I can, you'll see it. We have this Agent Terex crew card, First Order only. It's a dual card. Set up, equip this side face up, and place 3 calculate tokens on this. At the start of the engagement phase, you may choose a friendly ship at range 0 to 3 and remove 1 calculate token from this card to have that ship gain a matching token. If there are no calculate tokens on this card, flip it. I'm not going to comment on it because we have no idea what the other side is. We'll just have to wait and see when they inevitably preview this about, let's just say, 7 months later than today. So, as for other cards, it looks like we have Commander Malaris as a crew card. Not sure what this is right here. I think this is the the Stormtrooper commander from Resistance. I don't know what his name is. It looks like Commander Pike. I'll have to do a little bit of digging and I'll correct myself if I got that wrong. Let's see. Some new card here that looks like it involves a bullseye arc. I'm not too sure. Deadman Switch and Contraband Cybernetics and Inertial Dampeners. That is interesting. Why there are elicits in a non-scum or rebel or resistance pack. It's going to be interesting. Oh, and we have rigged cargo chute as well. So, because this is a medium ship, in case you didn't notice. But why are they including elicits in a first order pack? That's just bizarre to me. I have no idea, so I'm not going to bother speculating. So, with this expansion, everything a medium plastic base. Yep, medium ship. 4 ship cards, 14 upgrades in the expansion. So we'll have to wait and see what comes out of this. And actually, we can look at the dial here. So it looks like it has 1 straightened banks, all blue, 0 stops. So that's, it seems typical for shuttles at this point. 2 banks and straight are blue, 2 turns are white, 3 bank and straight are white, 3 turns are red, and then the 4 straight is white. It seems pretty standard for this type of shuttle. A little faster than like a Lambda or something, but it's a decent dial. Nothing too special. So then we get to possibly the most odd ship that you could have thought of for this game, the Republic Lat gunship. Now, honestly, I was in the camp of don't put this in the game. It's an atmospheric ship. Why would it be that in here? Then I remembered that there was a modification made during the Clone Wars that essentially allowed it to operate in atmosphere. So if you were ever wondering why there were the little ball turrets in episode 2 and 3, but they weren't in the Clone Wars, it's just because those are actually modified versions in the Clone Wars that were able to seal up for entry from space instead of having to have like venators and acclimators drop into atmosphere. So we have a medium base ship here. Another look at the dial. Yet another 0 stop maneuver. 1 straight and 2 straight are white. 1 banks, 2 banks, 2 turns, 3 straight, and 3 banks are white. 3 turns are red, 4 straight is red. So it's like the Xi class style, except way less blue maneuvers. In fact, looks like there's only 2 on there overall. So it could fall into the camp of the BTLB, or not the. Is it the BTLB? Yeah, it's the BTLB that only has 2 white maneuvers. I'll have to check that down since I got one of those for Christmas. But regardless, so medium ship, and it turns out that this thing has a double turret arc, and its primary weapon is that double turret of 2, an agility of 1, which confuses me a little bit, but then again, this thing wasn't optimized for space fights, so that actually kind of makes sense now a little bit. 8 hull, though, that 8 or 6, I can't get a read on that, but regardless, that's still pretty surprising. 2 shields, 2 recurring charges, it looks like. And it looks like that is something that's across all pilots. Not sure about the pilot names. It looks like the PS4 is Hawk. And then we have a generic 212th Attack Battalion pilot. So Obi-Wan's Legion as a generic pilot. That's neat to see. Unique 2, a Unique 3, Unique 4, which is Hawk. Not sure of the ability, but it looks like something involving a boost action, maybe? I'm not sure. We also have a few Jedi in here. The one they revealed is Plo Koon. Republic-only crew, makes sense. At the start of the end phase, if you are reinforced, you may choose one friendly ship at range 0 or at range 1 in your bullseye or in your side arc. So either it has to be touching, like in any arc, or it's in the side arcs at range 1. That ship removes 1 deplete or strain token, or repairs 1 face-up damage. Ooh, that's interesting to say the least. So maybe it'll help V19s out. I don't know. Also gives the ship he's on a force charge, and also gives him a purple reinforce. This could be fun on like maybe Wolf or something like that with his wingmates. So ironically, Wolfpack, Plo Koon. So that's kind of funny. But, yeah. I'll have to try that out when this comes out. I have been starting to get into Republic. I got a BTLB for Christmas, so I'm going to have to try to get some more Republic stuff eventually. I'll be able to play it right now, but for now I just have to borrow stuff from Cole, and I'll have to figure out how to put the cash into my own stuff. But that's kind of irrelevant right now. We also have a couple other things here. It looks like we're getting a copy of concussion missiles and Agile Gunner, Ion Pulse missiles. Some random card here. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like we're getting a Republic version of Rex as a crew. Looks like some clone company thing there, probably similar to how the Death Troopers operate. And I forgot to mention for the actions, it has a focus, target lock, rotate, and reload are all white, and looks like a red reinforce. This clone company thing gives you a white rotate linked into a red focus, it looks like. In terms of other Jedi, we're getting Kit Fisto, who gives you a force charge and a purple evade. Not sure what the effect is. Ayla Sakura gives you a force charge and then a focus into a purple coordinate. And I'm trying to make this out here. While an enemy ship in your bullseye arc performs an attack, if the defender is something at range 0 of the defender. Wait. I cannot make that out. It's something about changing blank results to focus results and requires an enemy ship in your... Oh, it's an enemy ship in your bullseye arc. I can't make that out. If the defending ship is in a bullseye arc or if the attacker is in your bullseye arc and has some other requirement has to be met, then you can change a blank result to a focus result. Something like that. Looks like we have the deplete tokens here. Yeah, it looks like some deplete tokens, some strain tokens, some ion tokens. We also have this same card that we don't know what it is with the Xi class. We have another random card here. Looks like a clone commander again, I'm not sure. Then we have this card we'll get back to in a moment because we'll look at it with the HMP gunship, this is easily my favorite ship out of this wave so far. So fun story, in a video that I ended up scrapping, which was actually going to be the first video on the channel for a bit before the points update happened, I actually listed the HMP as one of 10 ships I thought could be coming into the game relatively soon, and that's the first one that has actually managed to show up. So, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So 2-die 180 arc primary with 1 agility, 5 hull, 3 shields. Calculate because droids. Target lock, white reload into a red calculate and a barrel roll. So we have a generic 1, generic 3, unique 1, double or limited 2. So limited pilot skill 2. Yeah, how do I phrase this? 2 copies of a limited pilot skill 2 there. Unique 3, and then another limited card. Looks like something involving Onderon and Geonosis for the 3 and 2 respectively. Random numbers for the other 2. It has some sort of ability here I cannot make out. You cannot spend your whatever. I can't make that out. I'll try to maybe make it out later. Well, maybe we'll just wait until the actual preview happens. We also have a new missile card here. This was that card I said we'll bring up in a moment. So it's a double missile icon. So things like the aggressor, this probably means this can take it. The gunship can take it if it's including it. Requires a calculator target lock, and it is a 180-degree arc attack in your front arc, 2-die at range 1 to 2, and you spend a charge. Now, if the defender is outside of your front arc, then you can only spend the charge and just get 2 dice. If it's in your front arc like normal, you may spend a charge to roll an additional die. And if the defender's in your bullseye arc, you may spend up to 2 charges to roll additional dice, or that many additional dice. So it's similar to barrage rockets in that you can spend extra charges to get extra effects. And honestly, I think barrage rockets was already pretty good, probably just because of how many shots you could get off with it. This, I think, is going to serve a similar purpose, but it's probably only going to show up more frequently on Star Wings and gun HMPs just because they have that natural white does the HMP have the white reload? Yes, it does. HMPs, LATs, and Star Wings, and possibly K-Wings as well, just because they have that natural reload, so you can make up from the fact that you're going to probably be blowing 2 or 3 2 charges in the attack on this, just because you want to get that front arc so you can get 3 dice, because 2-die secondaries aren't necessarily the best. I mean, dorsal turret's probably the only one that I can think of at the moment that's any good, but that's just because you have the 360 arc, so that makes up for that. This, you don't want to be firing a 2-die primary, or just a 2-die weapon in general on a secondary, so that's interesting to see, to say the least. We have some configuration here. Looks like a dual card. Setup, equip this side face up. Reduce the difficulty of your straight maneuvers. After you fully execute a maneuver, you may flip this card. Not sure what the other side does. Speaking of maneuvers, let's take a look at the dial. Another 0 stop maneuver. Makes sense for this kind of thing. White 1 or blue 1 straight, red 1 banks. Again, makes sense because the banks tend to be harder because droid. Blue 2 turns, white 2 banks, blue 2 straight. 3 straight is white, 3 turns are white, 3 banks are red, 4 and 5 straight are red, and of course the difficulty is reduced down with what looks like repulsor lift stabilizers or something like that. I don't know what it's called. Let's see. We also have delayed fuses, ion pulse missiles. Looks like another tactical droid with 3 recurring charges that all recur in the same turn. Holy crap. Because we know from the huge ships that if there's multiple arrow icons, you get that many back. So it looks like there's 3 here. That is interesting to say the least. Gives you calculate action. Not sure what else this does. Some new type of bombs. Some new cannon upgrade that works at range 2 to 3 with 3 dice. And then that multi-missile pod there. So there's some interesting stuff in here. Only 6 upgrades. It's a small base ship. Strain tokens, ion tokens, pretty standard stuff. Yeah, definitely. Again, this caught me off guard majorly, but after looking at everything, I'm actually starting to like this. The Xi class, again, we're going to have to wait and see on that, because let's see if First Order needs this type of ship. I mean, they did need a cheaper shuttle, because the Upsilon, if you wanted to use that as sort of a small shuttle for just a single crew, that was way too many points, so maybe this will fill that role. I don't know. The LAT gives the Republic finally one of those. And I was, again, initially hesitant on this, but now it kind of makes sense why they're bringing this in, just again, so the Republic can have that cheap shuttle option. And then the HMP, more munitions is always a good thing. And this is easily one of my favorite designs, like, ever in Star Wars. There's just something about it. Like, it looks so clunky, but that just puts out so much firepower, and it's just I don't, okay, I can't explain why I like it. I just like it. So hopefully we actually get previews on this sooner than we started to get previews for Wave 6, which is at the time I'm recording this, it's like 10 o'clock at night. And I uploaded the video for Major Vonregs at like, what, 3 o'clock? I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, that does it for this quick glance at what is coming in Wave 7. Hopefully you enjoyed what you're seeing here, what you saw here today. I can speak. Again, there's going to be either a video analyzing the hotshots and aces pilots next, or starting to analyze the point changes next. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Peace.